Hello guys, and welcome to Let's Talk About.
My name's Liam.
And my name's Billy.
And on this podcast we have absolutely no limits whatsoever.
Genuinely, no topic is off limits for us.
We speak about ghosts, aliens, supernatural and much more.
We want to get you guys involved as much as possible with our podcast journey. Every Sunday we'll have a brand new episode, and we'll even let you guys decide on some of those episodes or what happens in them.
So far we've spoken about ghosts, aliens, zombies and even a talking mongoose.
Can't be the talking mongoose. Follow and subscribe to Let's Talk About.
Welcome to the What the Fuck Is That podcast, where we ask the age-old question of what the fuck is that? I'm your host, Jess.
I'm Jen.
Do you want to know what Gypsy Road... Got too excited. Do you want to know what Gypsy Rose Blanchard's celebrity crush is?
Yes.
Jason Momoa.
Poor guy.
Also, Gypsy Rose Blanchard got out of prison.
Yes, she did.
Oh my goodness. She has been all over my For You page right now, because essentially she's like an influencer now, I guess. I don't think I would call her an influencer. I would definitely call her a hot take of the moment, and we'll see if she becomes an influencer.
I don't know. I think people just want to see if she's as crazy as her mother was.
I don't know. It's an interesting case, and I'm definitely like all for her.
Yeah.
But I want to see how it goes before looking in. I want to see how it goes some more before covering the case.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious how she will be now that she's out.
We'll see how that plays out, because like I said, she gives me a weird vibe. Like, no hate, nothing like that. It's just, I don't know. Like, do you ever just see someone and just automatically you're like, ugh?
Yeah, well, and it's like a weird thing to talk about just because of the situation and how it happened and
Yeah.
her conviction. It's a whole
It's a whole
We'll
thing.
talk about it
Yeah.
actually, but it's definitely an interesting case, and I think that kind of warps like the perception of her.
Yeah.
Too, just like looking at her, like knowing the backstory.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? But like, good for her. She got married. She seems like she's doing great. She got kicked out of Missouri, but like, that's fine. And yeah, here we are.
It's so interesting.
What else is going on?
Currently?
We're ahead on recordings. I'm really proud of us.
Woohoo.
Right?
Michigan beat Washington today. So, for football fans,
I'm nodding as if I was paying attention. I was not. I don't sports.
there's that. So, that was a good football game.
Jenny's favorite thing is to tell me weird sports things and just have me, like, nod and listen and be like, yes.
Sometimes she picks up on it, not gonna lie. But I honestly think that she has just gotten used to what words, like, has gotten used to the pattern. Doesn't really know what they mean.
The trigger words.
Yeah.
In football. Oh, so first down. Looks like that's a penalty. I know what a goal looks like. Touchdown. Touchdown.
I was like, you know what a what? Like, I was about to ask you, like, a goalpost? Is that what you meant?
Football. Yeah, they do it at the goalpost. That's what it is.
I mean, I could see your thought process because I'm sure in your head you're seeing the yellow Y thing, right? Which is the goalpost.
And then Not a free throw. That's not the kick. That's not... What is that one? What's the kick one where they stand and then they kick in the...
The extra point?
Yeah. That's just what it's called?
So there's one...
Real name?
No, there's one that's an extra point, which is just 1 point after you after you score a touchdown.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh. And then there's also a field goal, which is 3 points.
Oh.
So, like, if they don't get to the goal, which if they don't make a touchdown within 4 tries, or at least 3 tries, most of the time on that 4th try, they will just go ahead and kick for those 3 points instead of just gambling and being like, no points.
Okay.
Nothing is going to retain, I can promise you.
Nope. What was it? Was it the glazed over look in my eye or the nodding like I knew what was going on?
Both.
Yes. Well, if you like whatever the fuck this is, be sure to head over to our Instagram. Our Instagram is home to our link tree, and our link tree is home to all of our pretty little links. On there you can find our Amazon wish list, our Spotify playlist, as well as the form to turn in your campfire stories. We are taking campfire stories at all times, so just make sure to send those in, and we will put together a whole new, fun, spooky episode of those. Over on our link tree, you can find our Patreon. On Patreon, you can join patrons like Melanie at our Mystic Mentor level. Different levels will get you access to different things and different fun little goodies. If you're just listening to this and you're like, oh my god, I need more in my life, the very best way to help the show grow organically is just telling all of your friends about it. So, like, if you're going out to brunch with your friend this week and you're just like, oh my god, Gypsy Rose got let out of jail, and they're like, oh my god, I know, and you're talking about that, and you're like, oh my gosh, you know what, bestie, I have this podcast that you would love called WTF Is That Podcast, and then they start listening, and then they tell another bestie at brunch, and then that bestie tells another bestie at brunch. That just helps us grow. That just helps us grow the podcast even more and helps us reach all of the incredibly spooky people that there are in the world. So with that, let's head on into this week's episode.
This one is going to be fun.
Ooh. Well, you said that our ambiance that we have going on the TV right now ties in, so I can't wait to see what that cryptic meaning was.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, Jen.
Have you ever heard of the shadow people?
What the fuck are the shadow people?
I'd love to tell you.
Oh my god, that's a horrifying name.
I knew you would hate it.
That's awful. I hate everything about that. I don't know what they are and I hate them.
Well, let's find out who they are, shall we?
Ooh.
I like that little spooky music there.
You're welcome.
We were actually talking about sound effects and podcasts today at school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, we need like a little soundboard for our one of our instructors' lectures. And he's like those podcasts. Yeah.
And there will be a test on Tuesday. But it'll be open book. Yay! But you have 30 minutes to take it.
Boo. So who or what are the shadow people or shadow men?
I don't know if I prefer them more as a who or a what, though. Like, I think that's what makes it worse. Maybe a what is better?
Well, we'll find out. It's a known paranormal phenomenon where a shadow person or man is seen just out of sight or lurking in the corner of the room.
A known paranormal? This is like a well-documented thing? Like,
Yeah.
No.
There's a huge number of theories, from the shadows being ghosts to time travelers to aliens.
I feel like that has a lot of variety and no variety at all. All at the
Exactly.
same time. Like...
Exactly. So, what exactly are they? If we're going to talk scientifically, it's simply our minds filling in the blank spaces and creating something human-like from the surrounding shapes we can see.
Okay. So, like, if you look in the corner of your eye at, like, a coat rack, you may see a person instead of
what it actually, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're saying scientifically.
Which we all know, science cannot explain everything that has been seen with the naked eye.
Exactly. In folklore, shadow people come from those experiencing night terrors. Many stories begin as people waking up after feeling pressure on their chests or a heaviness in the air with a deep fear. The fear continues as they wake up unable to move and being stuck, what's known as sleep paralysis. People will see shadow people sitting on their chest or watching them from the corners of their room.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
I have. It's terrifying.
Oh, I have not. But I don't remember my dreams, but I do get really bad nightmares.
No, this one was really bad. This was when I was living at my grandma's with my mom. And do you remember the front room of my grandparents' house? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that front bedroom, that's where my grandfather actually passed when I was little. And my bed was in the exact same spot where my grandfather died. But I've always just felt like a good presence there. Like, I've always just felt my grandpa there, like, being protective, like, you know.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, so in that front room was where I was living at the time. And like I said, the bed was where my grandfather had passed, but nothing had really been malevolent. And then all of a sudden, I just was having really bad nightmares in this room.
Oh, no.
And I mean, like, the thing attacking me would always be different in each dream.
Oh, okay.
But there was a time that it, like, had me pinned to my bed and it was on top of me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like, I'm starfished out, pinned. And, like, I can't move. I can't scream. My mom is right there. Nothing.
Wow.
For a while, I actually stopped sleeping in that room. I would rather sleep in the living room on that horrible couch.
I mean, like, that's fucking fair. I can understand why.
Yeah, after that one, I went to the living room. And I was there for a while until finally I was like, nah, fuck this, man. Like, this is my bed. This is my room.
I'm not gonna let some dumb Damon get the better of me.
Exactly. So I remember just one night, fell asleep, and again, it happened. And this time it's in the form of a clown.
Ew.
Yeah, like we're in a field and he's chasing me. It grabs me. But I remember I stuck my thumb in its eye and like I could feel it. Like I could physically feel my thumb going through its eye. After that, it never bothered me again.
Yeah, you show dominance at that point. It's just like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, so I have experienced that and it's not fun.
Yeah, I have not. But like, again, I don't remember my dreams at all. Like, I would love to be able to remember them because I think the ones that I do remember are the ones of me, like, lucid dreaming. And that's why I can remember them because I have more control. But usually I'm not able to dream.
So essentially astral projection is what you're telling me. Yeah. I used to be able to do that when I was little.
Oh, I'm not as good as it anymore, but I can occasionally.
I haven't done it in years.
We should try it. We should focus on it tonight and see if we can. Maybe. I wonder if we're both focusing and connecting on doing it to each other, if it'll connect better.
Maybe. So what do shadow people look like exactly?
I'm assuming shadowy people.
I mean, yeah. Basically like what you would expect.
Yeah.
Basically, it's when something catches your attention out of the corner of your eye. You just can't quite tell if it's a person walking or a shadow. They're typically dark in color with difficulty distinguishing facial features, clothing, and any other specific details.
Okay, so just kind of like literally like a shadow, like an amorphous kind of body-like.
Basically, typically they'll appear as a humanoid figure, but can be seen as an animal or a creature.
Oh, okay.
So I think would you rather a humanoid figure or an animal or creature figure?
I think because I'm so used to seeing things out of the corner of my eye in general, that I would be more comfortable seeing, like, a humanoid figure. If that makes sense.
Same.
Like, I feel like if I was to see an animal... I think if I was to see an animal figure, I would be a lot more apprehensive about what's going on, because that feels like a sign versus, like, a humanoid figure, which I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever.
Used to seeing anyways. Yeah. I totally agree. The humanoid figures seen range from sizes of a grown adult to a shadow the size of a small child.
Okay.
I don't think... I mean, granted, yes, I am used to seeing things out of the corner of my eye anyways, but I still don't think I'm used to seeing children as much as grown.
That's fair.
Figures.
I think it wouldn't affect me either way because I am used to children figures around.
Yeah, you have a lot of children.
So I would be less concerned about, like, if it was a tall person or a tiny human. What would concern me is an animal.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
These figures have been described from standing in a corner luring to moving through walls to moving extremely quickly once you've noticed them.
Nope. It's the extremely, like, it's the fact that they recognize you recognizing them.
Yeah.
Like, they're wanting to live in obscurity.
Yeah. I mean, I think their name kind of gives it away.
But still. I don't know. Out of all of those, I like running away quickly the least. Like,
Really? Even moving through walls?
Yeah, I think I prefer that.
Huh, okay.
I don't know, like, that still feels, like, fantastical enough that my brain can go, that was weird. But I think I'm more afraid of humans than I am of the supernatural, so, like, I just get worried that then somebody's in my house. But, like, if they ran through a wall, I'd be like, oh, it's just something else going on. Like, that's fine.
It is scary to see how your brain works sometimes.
I'm more afraid of people than I am of, like, ghosts and
I mean,
spirits.
that's fair. That is completely fair.
Yeah.
So
my head just goes, if it can run quick, it might also be a human. But, like, if they just disappear into nothing or go through a wall, I think I'm fine.
I can go back to sleep.
I can handle that. I can deal with that later. That doesn't need to be dealt with right now. But something running away quickly very well might need to be dealt with right now.
Oh, God. Well,
Is this later Jessica's problem, or is this right now Jessica's problem? Because I need to know.
that's a great description.
Yeah.
The shadow people can appear as a solid form or as a swirling smoke. Like I've said, you'll typically see shadow people when they catch your attention out of the corner of your eye. However, there are some people who have reported facing a shadow person. Like, face to face.
Ooh. That made my belly churn just thinking about it, because it's...
Oh, just wait.
Because there isn't a face. Like,
Oh,
it's already
just
been
wait.
described as faceless, so, like, an amorphous...
Oh, just wait.
Ooh.
One thing to take note of, a shadow person's features is being described as having glowing red eyes.
No. I don't like the faceless idea, but I like that better than thinking about them having glowing red eyes. I don't know what it is, but, like, ooh.
I knew that would get you.
Ooh, my tummy.
So, are shadow people ghosts?
I don't feel like they are.
Well, let's talk about it. Honestly, shadow people and ghosts behave differently.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's the nature of how they act.
Yeah. And they are commonly seen around areas of high spiritual activity.
Well, when you're trying to hide, plain sight's the easiest spot to do it.
That's fair. Shadow people act and are seen alone, so much so it's created theories that they are beings from another dimension, aliens, or even time travelers.
So the more that I'm hearing about it, when you first said time traveler, I'm like, that's weird. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more I think it might be.
Well, we'll get to that.
Weird little slips.
We'll get to that. Hold on, you're getting ahead of yourself.
I'm just thinking.
Yep, keep thinking.
Don't do that.
No, keep thinking, but just keep it to yourself for a moment.
Just shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Exactly. One theory suggests shadow people represent human spirits who are lost on our plane.
Okay.
This theory suggests they lack facial features and clothing we can recognize because they haven't embraced their state of being, which leaves them with the absence of light most spirits see.
I could see that. I could also see because they don't realize what's going on. They aren't able to, have the energy to portray themselves, if you know what I mean.
So, hold on. Another theory is that we see spirits as shadows because the way our eyes perceive the light spectrum they exist in.
That's also fair. Which I think is why they don't scare me, because a lot of the time I see, an amorphous...
Yeah.
It's not a shadow, but it's if...
Figure.
A blurred out... if somebody was to take a person and then make them transparent and then blur out their outline...
Really? That's what you see?
Yeah,
I see a cutout, almost.
And I see a blurred fog.
That's interesting. Either way, these theories creates the shadow people trapped because they can't move on.
Okay, I get it. I can see that one. That's a valid one. Let's hear the other ones, and then I'll rank them on what I think is most likely happening. But This is I see how it's tracking.
Okay.
And knowing about different spirits, I can see how that tracks. I understand that.
Okay.
What I don't understand is that these shadow people are more solitary.
Yeah.
And while spirits can be, they usually tend to flock to one area. Anyways, that's just my thinking.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next thing on our list. Are they demonic?
The eyes. That's the creepy part. It very well just could be something else, but it's the eyes.
Other theories suggest shadow people are demonic in nature simply because of the dark thoughts often experienced when encountering them. Those who experience this have reported feelings of intense dread and often say they didn't feel as if they were in the presence of another human being.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, that could mean that's a relative term.
That's fair.
That really could mean anything, because we also don't know what type of experiences with other things these people have had up to this point.
That's fair. Well, next on the list, are they interdimensional beings? So this is where your theories in your little head that we're stirring will come into play.
Okay.
But only when they're relevant, please.
Okay, well, we're here now. We've arrived.
When asking what shadow people are, a common theory is they're interdimensional beings. So, basically aliens. Many people already believe aliens live among us, just disguised. People have said seeing these shadow people are quote-unquote slips between the dimensions, allowing us to temporarily see them. Other theories include astral beings or time travelers slipping through one dimension to the other.
I could really see that one. I mean, I believe in time travel to a point, or I won't say time travel as much as I believe, slips can happen.
I definitely believe that time slips can happen.
Yeah, so while it might not be like they see you and they run, it just might happen to be like that specific slip in time, something was happening.
Well, like for me, I kind of see it as like, so you know how Dia de los Muertos, it's supposed to be where the dead can visit the living, right? Like that veil, that connection is supposed to be
The thinnest.
the thinnest or like uncovered, right? So that's kind of how I see it, is as if like the veil lifts for a moment and then it's like, oh shit, and like drops it back down immediately.
Yeah, almost like somebody's at a control panel and they like made a connect. Ooh, I hit my. It's almost like somebody's at a control panel and they like move the connection too slow and they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like trying to get it back on track.
Exactly.
I think that's the one that I see the most because they don't behave like ghosts. I don't think that they're diamonds, even with the feeling of like dread, because that can happen from like anything.
That they're what?
Diamonds.
It took me a minute to understand what you were saying.
I heard diamond.
They're not a gemstone because
That's why I was like, what? My brain was trying to process that.
but like the eyes are creepy, but I think a diamond would try to attack you more.
Yeah.
It wouldn't just want to stay off to the side. They have very specific goals.
I 100% feel like what I experienced sleep paralysis with and like was actually attacking me was 100% a demon.
I think so too, but I think that sleep paralysis is like slightly different than these shadow people because it feels like these are things that you see during the day. Unless
Not
at night.
always.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. No, it's mostly at night.
No, yours was definitely a diamond because you were like seeing visions and stuff.
Well, yeah, not only that, but like I was having scratches, like I had handprints around my throat.
Yeah, these shadow people don't seem like attacking.
Yeah,
per se?
no. If they do, like it's more of night terror.
Yeah, I'd say they're closer to ghosts than anything, but it definitely just feels like a slip to me.
Yeah. So, last little bit that I have here is just that many believe the feeling of dread when encountering these being or shadow people is due to the effect of the quote unquote slip has on a healthy human being.
That's what I was thinking, because it's a weird effect on people, and
Yeah.
if you are having that much energy in one pinpointed place, like, your human body is going to react weird.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, you know, tell us your theories on the shadow people.
I'm curious. We'll put a poll.
Yeah.
We'll put a poll up because I'm genuinely curious what everyone thinks. I think I'm team time slip. With what I know about spirits and diamonds, it
Diamonds?
sounds most like a time slip.
Yeah, that's fair. I think so, yeah.
I think if I was to put them in order, it would be time slip, spirit, diamonds.
Yeah.
But that's just my thought.
Yeah, I think mine would be I think mine would be time slip, demons, spirits.
Okay.
That's
I'd
just
still
me.
put them both pretty low, though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's time slip,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There's no science behind it. Science just says it's light and your brain doing some weird shit with it, but here we are.
You know, there we go. So that's the story of the shadow people.
This is a good one. I will definitely be looking at the shadows twice as they pass in the corner of my eyes now.
Yeah, I hope you have fun trying to sleep tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. As if I don't
You're
have issues sleeping already.
Eyeballs or palm?
Ooh.
Like the palm of your hand.
I guess palm?
Okay.
Again with the creepy laugh.
Are we ready?
No, especially after you laugh like that, but I guess you're gonna fucking tell me anyways.
You bet your ass I am. Are you ready? Are you ready?
No, I'm not.
Are you ready?
I'm not.
Are you ready?
Oh, we're not gonna go full SpongeBob this time because I am not ready. I am not ready. I am not ready.
So, cannibals, you know them.
Like, I've
Human
never
eating.
met one, but, like, yes,
Yeah.
I know of them.
the human-eating carnivores, you know, like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Uh-huh.
Well, according to them, they find the palm of the hand the tastiest.
Is there even, like... That's not a lot of meat there.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I guess it feels pretty tender, so, like...
I mean,
guess
there
that would
is,
make
yeah,
it-
there you have a lot of muscles in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a lot of muscles and not a lot of fat, which is probably why, because it's probably one of the leanest part of your body.
My hands hurt. Well, now I guess if I'm ever, like, stuck and have to resort to cannibalism, I'm just gonna go straight for the hands.
Apparently, you're supposed to go for your foot first.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that makes that, Carl, the talking llama bit even funnier. Their hands. What do you mean? Where are their hands? Well, you know, sometimes you just get a craving for hands. It's because they're the best part of the body! Carl's fucking cannibal who just wanted to eat the tasty hands of just the white babies. Because
I
Whitey's
love-
gotta pay.
I love that you put two and two together.
Oh my god! I have a friend on TikTok, and she did, like, a whole llamas and hats, like, where she was ad-libbing. She's very good.
Oh.
I've told you about this friend. And I'm gonna send that to her now and be like, guess what, bestie? This is why he was eating hands! Oh my god!
You're welcome.
I also don't know why my head immediately went, obviously llamas and hats, like...
God damn it. I love that that's just immediately what your brain jumped to.
Internet trauma.
Oh my dear lord.
Where's his hands? His hands? You know, sometimes you just get a hankering for hands. Alright, and with that, if you like whatever the fuck this hand delicious nonsense is,
I just heard it.
shush, I'm trying to record an outro. This hand deliciousness is, head on over to our Instagram. Our Instagram is WTF Is That Pod. Over there you can find the link to our Linktree. Our Linktree houses our Amazon wishlist, our Spotify playlist, as well as the link for our campfire stories, so please be sure to send those in. Also, make sure to check out our Patreon. Share these with all of your besties at the brunch. Just make sure hands are not on the menu.
Somebody save me.
Bye!
Bye.
Don't eat those hands.